Hello, my name is Zachary Duros, and I'm going to be conducting an exercise for my CYB 608 Ethical Hacking class at National University. I'm going to be using the software suite Aircrack to perform a penetration test on a wireless network. So Aircrack is a suite of about 17 different tools used to perform a wireless security analysis and penetration test on specific wireless networks. Basically, I'm going to use the top 4 tools in the Aircrack suite to conduct my penetration test. So what I want to do first is allow my computer super user privileges by entering sudo su. That's equivalent to administrative access in Windows, basically. And then I want to collect some basic information on my computer by running ifconfig, which is equivalent to ipconfig on Windows computers. And I'm also running Kali Linux as my operating system of choice, which is the #1 penetration testing operating system out there. So as you can see, my wireless network interface is WLAN-0, and this also gives you IP address and MAC address and all other good information. So the first tool I want to use is called Airmon, and what Airmon does is actually a script rather than a tool, and it configures my wireless card into what's called monitor mode. Monitor mode not only allows me to sniff network traffic and wireless networks in the vicinity of my computer, but it'll also allow me to inject packets. Packet injection will be used later for performing a DOth attack. I'll get into that DOth attack here in a little bit. So as you can see here, my computer, my wireless card is now in monitor mode. The new name of my interface is WLAN-0mon, so I'll be using that moving forward. The next tool I want to use is AeroDump. AeroDump is basically just going to sniff out all the wireless networks in the area. It's going to give me a list of all the networks that I can pick up, along with the channel they're on, their MAC addresses, and their encryption protocol. So you can look up here on the top. Airbnb Wi-Fi is going to be our target network today. It has a WPA encryption. It's on channel 1, and there's the MAC address. Everything down here are the clients associated to the specific networks. Basically, these can be iPhones, Androids, computers, basically any device connected to the network. So I'm going to run Control-C, stop the sniff. And what I want to do next is single out our target network and basically ignore everything else. So I'm going to run the next input with AeroDump still. And what this is going to do is I'm going to enter in the MAC address of the network and the channel it's on, and I'm going to save all of the traffic network, or all of the network traffic, into a file called output by using TACW. So, as you can see now, I am collecting network traffic from just that one network. And if you look down here, you'll see that there's one client connected to that network. So, what I want to do is collect a 4-way handshake. That is key to getting cracking the password of the network. So, in order to do that, I'm going to run the next tool called AirPlay. What AirPlay does is AirPlay is going to allow me to conduct a DOth attack, or a deauthentication attack on the network. What it will do is it will deauthenticate this client from the network, it'll kick it off in a denial of service fashion, and force it to reconnect, all while I'm collecting network traffic into a file on my computer. This will hopefully successfully capture a 4-way handshake. I'm going to allow super user privileges again, and then I will run the DOth attack with AirPlay, and it's sending 100 packets, deauthentication packets, to that MAC address as my interface. What should happen is it should, at some point, kick this client off, and the client will be forced to re-authenticate. And if if you can see up here, WPA handshake has been collected. That has successfully happened, so I will stop the Doth attack. Since we have the handshake successfully collected, I will now run the Aircrack tool. The Aircrack tool is the most important tool in the package. What I'll do is take all the information saved in the output file, including that four-way handshake, and run it against a basic word list called Fast Track. And hopefully, if the password is common enough with dictionary words and basic numbers and symbols, I'll be able to crack it in a short amount of time. The more complex the password is, the longer it will take. So, I'll run it, and in less than 1 second, you can see key found, Airbnb Wi-Fi 2017 =@. It cracked the Wi-Fi password in less than 1 second. So some people might think that that looks complex because there's some capital letters, there's some numbers, there's a couple symbols, but ultimately you don't want to use words in a dictionary. You want it to be extremely long and extremely complex, because if you can see, this took less than a couple minutes, and then once I collected the handshake, it took less than 1 second for me to crack and hack the wireless network. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. I hope you learned something. I hope you go and immediately change any passwords you have that are fairly simple. Thank you.